Okay guys, it's that time again. It's the Sunday What's Going on Hanmi Martial Arts video. So we're trying to get this out to you now. Just like the previous ones, we're going to timestamp it so you can go to the parts that you need to, or you're the most interested in. I'm trying to burn through these and keep them as short as possible. So let me get to it right now. So Zoom classes are going great. We've had, when they started off, they were a little bit smaller because we did already have a lot of the distance learning programs in place. But as the week progressed, we got more and more people. Very, very happy to see everybody. It felt longer than a month. Anyway, so those classes are going great. If you haven't gotten involved in the Zoom classes, get involved. We try to make the classes later in the day so that everybody can get access to them. If you're having trouble getting access to them, let us know. What we may decide to do is put those videos up for people to consume later, you know, just like another part of our online curriculum. If that's something you're interested in, get in touch with us. Okay, now while we've had all this Zoom classes and all these things going on, a lot of times while I'm teaching them, I'm finding wives, husbands, sisters, brothers kind of peeking around the corner watching the class, and some of the siblings, in the case of the kids, are kind of wanting to do it with them. So what we wanted to do, again, to thank the families who have stayed with us and have helped us to keep running during this time, we want to allow you to set up an account for those siblings for free. So they'll have access to the Jiu-Jitsu program, the Taekwondo, and the Kendo programs during this time while they're at home. What you'll do is, those of you who are presently students and seeing this video, you probably got that link in an email that we sent out to everybody. So for you guys, in that same email is going to be a little phrase, and in your checkout, when you go to hanmimartialarts.com and put in that sibling as a new student, there'll be a little spot where you can enter that phrase. Put that phrase there, and we'll make sure to connect them back to your account and make sure that no one gets charged for that. They'll get their own account, and then that way, if they have a question that they want to ask me, you know, in the app or anything, they can just go right there, ask the question about the curriculum, and then I can get back to them and answer their questions. Also, another reminder is that those of you that are with us, remember, we're going to be, once we reopen, we're going to be reducing your tuition over those next 10 months to reflect the amount of money you've paid in while we've had this distance learning thing. So the Zoom classes and the online distance learning program, all that stuff for present students actually is for free. And one way to think of it is that right now you're basically giving us a loan to stay open during this time, and we're going to pay you back over those 10 months by giving you that reduced fee. So keep that in mind. You're paying us, but you're going to get that money back, and so really this time you're going to eventually, it's going to come out that this time was free for you. So just really, it's a thanks for hanging with us, and as well as the siblings and the other family members being able to do classes. Now, having said that, we haven't lost any people really for about the past 2 weeks. We've kind of held our own. I don't think anyone's paused or anything like that. We did lose some people at the beginning, but remember, this is one of the heaviest moments of unemployment in the country. I mean, some of the reports are saying that it's probably going to hit 20%. So that's scary. So I'm surprised we haven't lost more people, frankly. At any rate, though, we did lose some, and so what we want to do is we want to be aggressive and try to pick up some new people. And this is a good time to do it. A lot of people are stuck at home. They're probably feeling lethargic and not really doing anything. This is a great time for us to engage them. So what we want to do is we want to announce an online-only program for new people. So those new people are going to be able to get access to Gracie University, all the Combatives curriculum for Jiu-Jitsu, our Taekwondo programs, and our Kendo program for $30 a month. Now, if you're a current student and you have a friend, somebody down the street, whatever, that wants to take the class, no problem. Go ahead and refer them. You'll still get that referral, that $20 credit. A lot of people like to get t-shirts. Some people take that money and put it towards a rash guard, maybe a new gi, whatever, a new uniform. But anyway, you'll still get that $20 credit for the new person, and you go into that quarterly drawing for $200 of free equipment as well for that referencing. So it's a great time if you've got buddies who've been kind of on the fence and they're stuck at home, to get them out here and get them doing it. And then what will happen is that once we reopen, they can go ahead and start up, get the 10 days free, and then just join up like a regular student. So it's a really good opportunity for new people, siblings of people who are already here, and then the people who are here, just, we're going to be taking care of you guys as things open back up. Speaking of opening back up, Governor Hogan on Friday released a lot of information about the path back to normalcy. So basically they laid it out as low risk, middle risk, and high risk sort of stages. So at the initial stage where everything's still kind of pretty tense and we're not sure what's going on, looking over the governor's directives, it looks like that the only way that we'll be able to do anything is if we did it outside. Now that is an option. I talked with some of the people that have been with us for a long time, and their basic view was, it's this time of year it tends to be kind of rainy, so it may be tough to get good training. If heaven help us if it does, but if this lasts in through like end of May, June, it may get a bit better. Hopefully we'll be past this first stage before that, but at any rate, we'll probably at least have some opportunities already to get together and just go for a run together. Just get people seeing each other again. Of course, we're going to be having to be masked up and doing the social distancing. I guess for the students that are presently with us, punch safe distance is roughly social distance. For Taekwondo students, it would be like position 4 is roughly social distance. So during that first stage, when things start to open up, we're going to have some special training things, and depending on what's going on with the weather, we may or may not have outdoor classes. A lot of that's still very up in the air. It's just going to depend on how things work. Okay, now at that second stage, that's when we're allowed to have indoor classes, but there's still going to be strict social distancing, and there's going to be face masks when we're indoors. They're probably also going to put on us a bit of a limit of how many people can be in the classes. So once we get to that second stage, we're going to have to ask that no families are staying in the reception area, in the waiting area of the school. We may also limit the amount of students on the mat at any given time. We have been working with Gracie University, and they've talked to us about different ideas for how to maximize mat space. So we'll be marking off the mat where people are to practice, and we'll probably have a modified schedule. The classes will be shorter. That way we have time to clean the mats between classes. So there's going to be a modified schedule that's going to come out at that time. And then we're still playing with some of the details of it, but I think roughly we have a good idea of how we're going to be able to limit class sizes and give everybody 2 chances to train per week, and then make those classes at times that are going to be convenient for people. So that'll be coming as we get through that first stage in towards the second. We'll be releasing more information about that, but mostly that plan is hammered out at this point. There's a few other things we have to wait for the governor to tell us before we can make any solid plans on that. But the information is starting to come out now. We're starting to see a path forward. Now during that time, like I said, we're going to need to also have everybody have masks. There's some talk that we may be able to get some masks for purchase with Hami logos on it, something like that. It's just some ideas we're kicking around. It's one of those things where if you have masks presently, you'll want to wear them when you come in. Now at that last level of this coronavirus, reintroducing things back to normal, it was typed up per how I could see, rather a bit vague, and I think that's on purpose because we don't know what we're getting into. There's so much here we haven't really dealt with. So at that third level, basically was as close as we can be back to normal without a vaccine, was how I basically interpreted that. So it may be just let everybody go and cross your fingers. I don't know that that's how our governor is doing things. It may be more of a, different constraints are going to put on the schools and on gyms in that time, but we'll probably be able to start heading towards a more regular class situation. Now, during a lot of that, I know that probably some of you are going to be pretty nervous about coming back in. And some of you at that second stage may be like, I don't want to go back in yet. So one of the things we're going to also do is we're going to take the classes and try to stream them. We're in the process of setting that up now. So once we get to that second level, if you're nervous about coming into the school, we still want you to be part of the Hanmi family. So we're going to put up some cameras. We already have cameras in the school, but we'll see if we can get a way of broadcasting that out to everybody, either through a Zoom class or something like that, so that you guys can also see the classes, follow along at home, and then at the very least, if you can't ask me the questions there, you can ask me questions via email or through the app. Okay guys, so that's it. We are still kicking out the black belt level videos. There's probably 6 of the, I think we've got another 50 of those, but that's also for about like 14 years of curriculum. So we've gotten a lot of it done. We're still cranking those out. There's a few more Kendo ones to do. At this time, we don't have a Kendo Zoom class. I haven't gotten a lot of people asking for it because everybody has really enjoyed working with the videos, and Elizabeth's done a great job, and Steve, doing those videos. And we're going to be doing a bit more of that as well. So there's more of that curriculum coming. At this time though, I think that if you guys are doing the Zoom classes, you're doing the distance learning, we've got you, okay? I think that we can keep you engaged. It's just going to take a little bit more on your end to keep yourself on that straight and narrow.
Day 42 of the pandemic. I've started to randomly and spontaneously teach Taekwondo classes to students that aren't there. Updates to follow.